There was not a build yet that was deployed. I'm hoping that there's going to be one today. I believe last week or the past, it's been a little bit inconsistent. Like we've had a build come in on a Tuesday, we had it come in on a Wednesday. Very few times we had it come in on a Thursday during this whole test cycle. But still cool. I'm hoping we can check that out. They said that okay, the Mage Tower is going to be testable soon. I don't know. I don't think that it implies this week. I was hoping so because that kind of threatens to push out, some of the estimated timelines of late October, early November. So it might be being pushed up a little bit further out. That's okay though. What's 1 week gonna do? Right? What is it gonna do? So, this week, or I'm sorry, just the other day, I think it was last night actually. The folks over at Wowhead finally published. Hold up, let me move this thing out of the way. The folks over at Wowhead, they finally pushed this article right here, where they talk about some more stuff, some more references that were removed. I have not really looked at this article. I just looked at the headline, and I thought to myself, Finkel Einhorn, I remember that dude from Cataclysm. There was, I forgot what dungeon. It was Cataclysm? I was thinking Warlords, but it was Cataclysm. It was one of those remade-ish sort of dungeons, and he came out of a thing. I think that's what it was. Was it in Cataclysm, or was it in Vanilla? I'm not sure. But I want to take a look at this article, do some reactions, and well, first I'll talk some smack about Wowhead themselves. Finkel Einhorn is from Blackrock Spires, the gnome in the diver suit. Now I'm trying to remember, Peter, like, was Finkel Einhorn in Vanilla, or did it come later? I'm not sure. The mouse can't fly. The special emote with it is the mouse literally flying? Nope, it doesn't fly. It does not fly. This is a rat, not a magic mouse. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's take a look at this thing real quick. So Finkel Einhorn was a reference to Ace Ventura. So real quick about Wowhead articles. I don't like it when articles sort of tell me what to think or tell me how to feel about things. And Wowhead articles, they tend to do that. So I'm gonna kind of gloss over, their own text. And I'm just gonna read through like the actual changes and then go from there. Don't tell me what to think. I'll probably come to the same conclusion, but I just prefer my own journey. So he wasn't classic. Okay, his dagger gave a skinny buff. That's what I really wanted back then. So yeah, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I don't know. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you folks are not old and have not seen it. You're not missing much. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. It's from an era of movies. They exist now, but back then I think I called them just stupid movies. They're just dumb movies, with toilet humor, the kind of stuff that 12, 13-year-old kids would think of and like giggle about, and maybe would get in trouble if they were caught in school like making these kinds of jokes. It wasn't exactly, I watched the movie a number of times because it was on like network TV too. And I was like, okay, it's a movie. It's somewhat entertaining. But the whole point of it was to create like this big spectacle sort of joke followed by one-liners that you hope would be repeated over and over again outside of the movie, out in public, and and people would, I guess, meme it, but old school memeing. And by that I mean taking some of these references and mentioning them again in other medium, in like other movies and shows and other stuff that kind of make fun of the movie. And you see that's kind of how it was in like the 80s and 90s or so, where people will repeat like that same stuff, and it follows through to today. Now it comes in like different forms. Now we see memes and stuff like that. But Finkel Einhorn is Finkel is reference to, I'm trying my best to remember this. Finkel is reference to the bad guy in the movie, Ray Finkel. He was a football dude. He killed someone, and he hid his identity by sort of changing into a woman and then becoming, I think, a cop. So that's like the big twist, and I remember it. I remember the scene. You know, when Ace Ventura, he's like, he kind of comes to that revelation. It's like, oh, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is a man. You know, Einhorn is a man. And then it's followed by this. Oh gosh, it's like a minutes long montage of him reacting to, because he made out with this Finkel Einhorn character, and so, you know, yeah, there's like a minutes long montage of him like, God, he was burning clothes. He's like in the shower crying, which was like kind of an homage or a parody of another scene where a character is like crying in the shower and stuff like that. So they made a big thing out of it. And I'll be honest, back then, the me of whenever the hell this game came out, or whenever the hell this movie came out, you know, I got a little chuckle out of it. It was a product of its time, and if I'm recalling correctly, that's probably one of those first times that it even entered into my head. Oh, transsexual people. To me, that was the first time for me to encounter it, and I didn't really have any reaction to it. It wasn't exactly like, ha, funny, but I wasn't exactly like, oh, that's so offensive either. Like, I didn't know what to think. I was just like, okay, it's a thing. The me of now is like, oh yeah, okay, that one part where Jim Carrey reveals the villain, and then he's like tearing off the character's clothes, and then he sees breasts, and then he sees that there's like nothing down there, but then he turns her around, and then you find out that it wasn't a complete conversion, you know, because you see like a big bulge like between the legs still, but behind. Yeah, it was, you know, looking back on it, I was like, oh, okay, that I can see why. I could see why definitely people today would be like, oh, this movie is not a great. This is not put trans people in like a very good light at all, because of the reactions and the way that it makes the audience react to it. It makes the audience want to laugh at the act of changing your sex. The context of the movie was the dude was trying to hide his identity. He was trying to evade capture and mess with his own investigation and that sort of thing, and then get out of it. But still, like, it still has that really negative connotation that's, you know, doing a sex change is bad, or something like that. Isn't it like 2 minutes? I don't know. It's like a minutes long. I said minutes. What do you guys say? Yeah, like Jim Carrey movies are like way over the top, from The Mask to Ace Ventura. I think there were 3 of them, weren't there? To Dumb and Dumber. It's just a clown show. It's just a clown show of like really like jokes, and the whole movie's a joke. You know, trying to throw everything at the wall. Okay, guys, something's gonna stick, right? Something's gonna stick. People gonna laugh at something. But there, like, I remember other Jim Carrey movies that I did like. So it's not just the actor. It's, you know, it's whatever he's doing. Because I really liked Truman Show. Someone mentioned Liar Liar. Like those were pretty good because they had that sort of similar kind of a similar bombastic attitude, but you know, it was just different. So anyway, back to the game. So I'm not okay. So basically, the references to his name have been scrubbed. Okay, because there's nothing else to the character except for just the reference to the character, a couple of items, and like that's it. That seems to be like the one that people are talking about the most right now. There are other ones down there that I tried to sort of, you know, skim through to be like, oh, is this an article? Okay, cool. But I'm kind of averse to having like all these different changes coming in. I know that they're not difficult ones to make. So the people that are like, oh, this is just like a smoke screen, I'm like, whatever. Like, if anything, if you think it's a smoke screen, then you're distracted by this. Just talk about just talk about the patch stuff, because well, whatever. But as for a reference like this, it's a weird reference though, because Finkel Ironhorn is a gnome. And I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's just like, let's put the name there. That's it. It's just a name, whatever. Jim Carrey was great in the new Sonic because that's what you expect of an Eggman character, over the top, twirling. I haven't watched that one. Funny press around that though. If a reference requires a Google search to find out what it's all about, isn't deleting it from the game going a little bit too far? Does it require it? I just told you about it from off memory. So, I'm maybe because I'm old, but I mean, I get what you're trying to say, Baz, that if it's really obscure, then why do it? I don't think this is very obscure at all. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective is unfortunately is unfortunately an iconic movie from the 90s, and it's what made Jim Carrey's career like a thing. If you listen closely enough and in the right places, you'll still hear references to like some of his old ass jokes. Yeah, Peter makes that point. Pop culture. It was a pop culture reference, and WoW is full of them. Unfortunately, with pop culture references come that likely degradation of what made that pop in the first place, and some things will get scrubbed. Here is something unfortunate, and I'm just, this is just an example. What if one day we find out that Robin Williams was like this horrible, horrible person, and he did this and this and this? We would have found out by now, right? But if this was a thing, then we're gonna lose like some of those references in WoW as well. Tributes and stuff like that to him. But again, that's kind of the risk of pop culture. And I think what's being done here is obviously taking out a pretty egregious an egregious example of it. But I have a feeling that going forward, Blizzard's going to be extremely careful when they do add when they go back to adding pop culture references here and there. Being an act thief is a bit... The comedians of the world are woefully offended by Robin Williams references in the World of Warcraft. We demand that this other comedian, like person of color or whatnot, we demand that he or she be put in instead. And yeah, those conversations could happen, but we're not there yet. So let's not get too far down the rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Dialogue changes. Okay, so let's see if I get where these are from. So the red ones, I presume, are old ones. Green ones are probably new ones. Didn't I tell you my new domination techniques would work? Domination techniques. A little ritual torture can go a long way. To a few well-chosen rituals can go a long way. A little torture. So they're taking out torture. Invasive sewers. Oh, I think this is like I think this is like some Undercity text. Undercity, or this might be more recent. I don't know. I managed to discover that certain parts of the brain were removed. So brain gore still there. I guess this is more like mind control sorts of stuff. And it's reference to a female. Okay, so I think I get where this is going. Permanent dominates. Oh, I guess this is the Shadowlands thing. You manage to dominate her, yet she retains her self-awareness. Oh, sorry. This reminds me of some of those like some of those anime or those hentai references of like mind control and, you know, manipulating someone, that sort of thing. No concentration while the subject. Oh, so being dominated. That seems to be like the big. Oh. Oh my. Okay. When I put 2 and 2 together and divide it by 2 again, I think I get why this was removed. And a collar. Well, that yeah, okay. Come here, pretty. You have what I need. This is, you know, slavery. That's one thing. Slavery and breeding them. You know, if they took out that line, if this line, you know what? You know, if they took out that line, I think that could have been it. Taking out the domination parts is like, well, we're here, we might as well do the rest. But I have a feeling if this line was not here at all, then this might have escaped Blizzard's notice in the first place. Maybe. Because this one, this is about Teresa and Gerard Abernathy in Undercity. See? Undercity reference. Okay, greenskins. Oh, that's it. They're taking out the word greenskins. Greenskins to barbarians. What about barbarians? What if they're offended? Blizz. Hello. I guess they're working at the racial references. We drove the vile greenskin. No, actually, this is human probably saying it. We drove the vile greenskins to the very brink. The vile barbarians. I don't like this change. Only because the whole thing on you know, the hatred between humans and orcs and stuff, that shit's real, right? That shit runs deep. And so I'd like to think that, well, I don't have to agree with everything Blizzard does, damn it. But yeah, I don't know. I like that. Yeah, I'm not standing amongst hunched greenish figures of. This change is like really soft. I mean, this is definitely one of those things that, oh, thanks to data mining, we noticed these things. If it wasn't for data mining, I would say it would. Let's see. Where are these lines? No. Yeah. Green skin, green hide. Okay, this I don't see any difference. I don't see any what the difference is here at all. This is a descriptive word, not a not a shorthand term that refers to orcs. This is an adjective. This is a noun. This was not necessary. Hands up, greenskins, yada yada yada. Let's see. Look at that gorgeous green skin. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. Am I reading chats every now and then? Yes. The green skin is for sure about Games Workshop because they are the reason Blizzard had to remove Grom from Warcraft 3 Reforged and now always call him Gromash. I still disagree with this. No way, dude. I fully, yeah. This is word usage, not a trademark. Yeah, not a threat against trademark. No way. I mean, if anything else, like clearly Blizzard is less interested in holding on to the word green skin, unlike Games Workshop, and they're probably, you know, they're trying to protect their trademark, and Blizzard's like, sure, whatever. We'll get called woke again, but whatever. But I don't think all the references needed to be replaced. Maybe they're just trying to avoid any questions from like their legal teams. It's like, hey, what about this? And they're like, good God, Games Workshop, you guys are so sensitive. That would be hilarious if that were the case. Green skin, okay, and so I said, yeah, but that'll cost you. Okay, so not all of these I'm going to get. 5 seconds, I'm not kidding. I asked if the imp could join in. Can you believe it? Actually, it wasn't half bad. I can't help but tell them I'm out of their... they fall asleep after me. I fall asleep during... Dun, dun, dun. Okay, this I don't even see a difference. The whole is the foreplay thing, is that always I guess that is first a sexual reference, but whatever. All looking and touching gets old after a while. I believe I was showing, man, these are, how hard is the Wowhead team trying to like find every single what are my huge fellas? I do think that some of these are too much. But I'm also not going to react as strongly as some folks on the internet. You know, they're going to change stuff, whatever. I don't feel like anything is like lost from this. Even like a, you know, even like a 1,000 cut, even the whole 1,000 cuts sort of approach. I don't think that's going to be like, Okay, so, and then finally, what they call sexually disparaging dialogue. Okay. You want to know why women are no good because you think that all they're doing is calling upon the spirits of the dead, but then you catch them doing a little more than talking. I mean, what? You want to know why women are no good? Because you think, because you think that all they're doing is calling upon the spirits of the dead, but then you catch them doing, wow. Somebody shut this little girl up. Oh, nah, that doesn't seem like anything. Do you want a dolly little girl? Would that make it bad? Oh. Well, I missed the whole. It's actually about a guy. Okay. Kill me or who? Okay, who is this? A handful of lines. Johnny Awesome is repeatedly referred to by a girl by. Yeah, Johnny Awesome. He's awesome. Yeah, don't fuck with Johnny Awesome. I agree with these for the sake of Johnny Awesome. I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is dumb. Wait, they straight up say their names? Lux was the soul caller would frequently read from the Book of the Dead before shouting several whatever phrases. Okay, so they're straight up calling names. Justin, wow. People, I've never heard of this one. I guess they're just scrubbing all of them. Right? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because some of these are like, oh, we never heard of these guys. Wait, Really? There's an NPC. This guy actually says, all of our amazing exterior artists. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, and updated references. Yeah. Makari to Eridath. Sure. More of that. More Makari. Wow, this is a long article. More Makari. Done with Makari. And then the rocket thing. Okay.